The coaches and I have really put a lot of thought into, kind of schematics and, tactical approaches and things. So it's been fun visiting with the staff and just trying to get prepared for what we want to see on the court. As far as the players and personnel go, it's really just been like wellness, checking up on guys, making sure mentally and emotionally everybody's in a good space to start the season. Those will be 4 really tough games. Historically, those have been really good NAIA programs, and they're teams that we feel like are going to be relevant come playoff time. So those are the types of teams that we'd like to see early in the season to try to test and see where we're at. Plus, being on the road, those 4 in particular, first 4 or 5 games in a row, is going to kind of set a standard and a precedent that nothing's going to be easy this year. Yeah, I think we're starting with one of the toughest with the LSUS. They're always one of the top 2 in the conference. They're well coached. They've got a ton of talent. We've always kind of played them closely and competitively. So it'll be a great test. In conference starting a little bit earlier this year than normal is going to be interesting because a lot of times we're looking to that first week in January to really be battle tested, and this year it's almost a month prior. So it'll be quite the test coming out of the gates, kind of see where we're at. Yeah, positive. I mean, we should be back there, I think. Not to display any like overconfidence or anything like that, but I think it's just attending to the things that we can control. We should find ourselves back in the conference tournament this upcoming season, hopefully as a little bit higher seed than we were. Yeah, I'm really happy with the guys that we've got representing the program this year for the first time. Some of them are transfers, some of them are freshmen, and like you mentioned, we do have a kind of a heavy dose of international kids. The young men that we brought in are all really serious about basketball, but also equally as serious about what they're doing in the classroom, which makes it really easy to be around them and coach them. So we have high expectations for all of those guys, and they just from a student to student kind of friend element, they seem to really kind of be clicking, early in this fall semester, which is a good sign to see them eating, meals together and spending some time with each other. And I've always been personally been a really big proponent of diversifying cultures. So having a strong American mix with this international mix, we're hopeful that it'll kind of create a really good atmosphere this year. No, definitely. I think we're equipped with a little more leadership this year than maybe in some of the years past, and we're hoping that will kind of reveal itself. It's also nice when some of your leaders are some of your hardest workers, and it kind of sets an internal precedent with the guys that this is what it takes, to be successful. So really proud of all the guys that you've mentioned. They've all had really good off seasons and summers. Those guys have come back in great shape, and it's going to be fun to see how they kind of play out their final year of eligibility together. Mr. Hall of Fame, yeah, Marcus has been great. He's a homegrown product here. Has accomplished some incredible things. As a student athlete, student first. Obtaining his master's degree here, and then obviously athletically, his accolades kind of speak for himself. But he's really. He got hired. We were fortunate enough to bring him on, but he came on so late last year that I think he and I and everybody else felt like a lot of last year was catching up. And having had him now here for a calendar year, we really feel a lot more prepared, going into the season. We've always had a great rapport. I've known Marcus for a long time, but he's built that rapport now with our players, with the rest of the staff. So, yeah, really looking forward to spending this year with him in particular, and then of course to have, Coach Smith, Coach Alzaid, Coach Patterson, Coach Batoni, all the way down the line, and then, we've even wrestled in a recent alumni, Marlon Williams, to kind of help us out. He stuck around San Antonio, so we're excited to have him on our staff and helping, especially with our development team guys. So really proud of the staff, excited about spending the year with them. The whole world has still been kind of recalibrating after the pandemic and COVID, and obviously those things still exist, but the management of those things obviously has come a long way. So we feel that this will be the first season maybe where that's the least mitigating. So in terms of, we expect to see more people in the stands. We expect to see the atmosphere a little more electric, kind of pre-pandemic crowds. I mean, everything from new lights to a new floor to a new scoreboard. The gym is taking, kind of a different look, a different shape. So we're just really excited to see a lot of old faces and new faces in the gym this year, supporting both our team and the women's team throughout the season.